Before you record your first song, there are 7 key things you need to know. Mistakes to avoid, simple tricks to boost your sound, and tips that can make the difference between a frustrating mess and a recording you're actually proud of. These tips will save you hours of trial and error and help your first recording sound way more professional. And if you want a step-by-step roadmap to go with it, I've put together a free, quick start guide to recording your first song on a tiny budget. It's linked below, and it'll walk you through everything you need to get started with confidence. Now, let's jump into the 7 things you need to know before you hit record. Number 1, your room matters more than you think. I have this one first for a reason. Your recording environment affects sound quality way more than the mic or software you use. A common mistake beginners make is they record in a big, echoey room without treatment. But there is a quick fix. Using soft materials like blankets, rugs, pillows, cushions, anything like that to reduce echo and get a cleaner sound. There's just one rule to keep in mind with this, and that is thick is better than thin. Those thin little foam panels you can get on Amazon or thin blankets or sheets won't really do that much good. But if you have something 4, 5, 6, 10 inches thick, that's what you're looking for. When I first started, I just simply used an old mattress from a bed and a bunch of couch cushions, and it made a huge difference. And in case you don't believe me, here's a short demo of a recording in an acoustically treated area. This is a dead space. And in an untreated area. This is an alive space. Obviously, I do have my own acoustic panels now, but I'm telling you, they are super easy to make. Just go to your hardware store, buy some 1x4s or some plywood that you can cut down, and a bunch of insulation and some fabric. Go to a fabric store and get some thick fabric, and you can easily build your own acoustic panels. Number 2, you don't need expensive gear to start. Many beginners think that they need a professional studio setup to make good music, and because of this, they never actually get started making their own recordings. But that's simply not true. A common mistake that beginners make is that they spend too much money on gear before even learning the basics. Buying an expensive mic before you know how to use it is like buying a racing bike without even knowing how to ride a bike. So learn to use cheap gear before you advance to more expensive gear. So just start with a USB mic, a free DAW like Audacity or GarageBand, and some cheap headphones. You can always upgrade later. Learn to get good sound with cheap gear before you upgrade. And if you want some specific gear recommendations, check out my beginner's quick start guide to recording your first song. It's linked below. Number 3, your first takes won't be perfect, but that's okay. Beginners often get discouraged when they don't sound like their favorite artist right away. A common mistake is to spend hours trying to get a perfect take instead of focusing on improving slowly over time. A quick tip that can help you though is to record multiple takes and then cut back and forth between the best parts of each one. Remember, every great artist started somewhere, so don't expect perfection on day one. You're much better off to get one project fully completed and then move on to the next one, as opposed to trying to get your first project perfect. The progress is made in completing projects, not spending forever on them. Number 4, learn basic mic technique before you hit record. This is super important. Even with a cheap mic, if you use good mic technique, you can get a pretty good sound. A common mistake people make is singing too close or too far from the mic, causing distortion or weak recordings. So if you're looking for a quick rule of thumb, try to be 6 to 12 inches away from the mic, use a pop filter, and sing slightly off axis to reduce those harsh sounds from the P's and T's and other plosives. Number 5, start simple. One instrument and vocals is enough. Many beginners overcomplicate their first song with way too many layers. Adding too many instruments, effects, sounds, it makes the mixing messy. So start with a simple beat, guitar, piano, and vocals. Once you nail that, then you can add more. Some of the best songs are super simple, so focus on making it sound good rather than making it complex. Number 6, timing is more important than you think. A great performance played out of time just simply sounds bad. A common mistake people make is not using a metronome, or even if they are using a metronome, playing slightly offbeat. As a musician, you should spend a lot of time both singing and playing with a metronome so that your timing is clean and crisp. Always record to a metronome or a drum loop or click track or something to stay locked in on your timing. And finally, number 7, mixing won't fix a bad recording. Even though you might think you can, a bad recording can't be saved with effects. A common mistake people make is getting a bad recording but then thinking, I'll fix it in the mix. I'll apply some auto-tune, some EQ, some compression, and it'll fix up those vocals. No, get a clean recording first, using good mic technique, controlled volume, clear pronunciation, a good take, and then you can polish that in the mix. Mixing is for polishing, not fixing a disaster. Now that you have these 7 tips, I encourage you to start recording today instead of waiting for the perfect setup, because the perfect setup will never actually come and you'll never actually feel perfectly ready. At some point, you just have to jump in. And so I encourage you to just launch in. And again, if you want a step-by-step guide on how to record and film your first song and music video, I've got it linked in the description. You can check it out below. And if you want to learn how to make your own music video, then watch this video next.